I don't really think there's such a thing as kind of, sort of receiving Jesus into your life. If you really see Jesus, the real Jesus, the biblical Jesus, you're either going to hate him or you're going to love him. You can't be indifferent. And if he really comes into your life and you receive him as he really is, it revolutionizes everything, so much so that you would even be willing to give up everything just to possess the kingdom. Do you guys notice in the first parable that the guy, when he sells all of his stuff, he said it was because of his joy that he sold everything that he has. Joy is what motivated his relationship with the Lord. It's kind of like when you get married. When I got married to Audra, best decision I ever made. When I stood there and I made my vows to her, in essence, my choice to choose Audra was a choice to reject all other women, of which there are probably 1.5 that were even interested. But in that moment, I rejected all of them, all 1.5. But when I made that choice on our wedding day, I was not struggling. I was not like, what if that could have worked out down the road? And blah, 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 blah. It was joy in that moment that motivated me to choose her, to commit myself to her. And that's the way the Christian life is meant to be. It wasn't meant to be kind of obligatory. It's almost as if some Christians believe that their problem is that they're trying to be happy. And God's mad at me because I'm trying to have a happy life, and my happy life is going to send me to hell. And so since I don't want to go to hell, I'm going to choose Jesus so that, I'm going to trade in my happy life and choose Jesus so that I can live forever with him. That sounds pretty miserable, does it not? You trade in a life of happiness so you can follow Jesus so that you won't go to hell, so that you'll live forever with a guy who made you give up on a pursuit of happiness. And yet, that's how a lot of people see the Christian life. I can remember even in my own life in church camp, going to church camp, and I know the speaker didn't say this, but it just kind of got the vibe that the problem with you kids is you're trying to have too much fun, and your fun's going to send you to hell, so you need to come down to the front and give up all your fun. So I'd go down to the front, give up all my fun, feel really bad about myself, and then about 2 weeks later, that would wear off, and I'd find myself doing the exact same things, pursuing happiness in the exact wrong avenues. It didn't really last because that's not the way the Christian life was meant to be. Enjoy. That's not the way it was designed. It was meant to be like a marriage in which you give yourself completely out of love, out of joy. It's a choice to not abandon your pursuit of happiness. It's a choice to find happiness in Christ alone. God's not mad at you because you want to be happy. He's upset when you try to find happiness in other avenues besides, ultimate happiness in other avenues besides him.